Hello, welcome to our presentation. Our presentation is on COVID-19 and its effects on mental health. My teammates are Rilo and Niguan. Well, let's get to it. Studies have really shown that COVID-19 pandemic and the resulting economic recession have made a negative impact on the mental health of the society. As the pandemic wears on, ongoing necessary public health measures expose many people to experiencing situations linked to poor mental health outcomes such as isolation and job loss. To further analyze the issue, NCHS launched a household pulse survey in partnership with the U.S. Census Bureau and focused on how COVID-19 has affected survey correspondents' mental health and their access to healthcare. During the pandemic, about 4 in 10 adults in the US have reported symptoms of anxiety or depressive disorder. And the main purpose of the study is to really discover any hidden patterns between the mental health issue of the general public and its contributing factors. And the team decides to look at the features such as insurance coverage, subgroups, and time period and effects on mental health. So there are many contributing factors to the mental health of the general public. This report embeds initial exploratory data analysis on the collected surveys in terms of understanding effects of COVID-19 on mental health. We want to look for trends or patterns within the data set, explaining what are the main causes of mental health issues during these difficult times. Well, we're using 3 data sets. The first one is anxiety and depression. It shows this is the main point of focus. It shows indicators of anxiety, depression based on reported frequency of symptoms within the past week. And also, we are analyzing mental health, treatments, and insurance coverage data. All of these are reported to be in several columns, and the value is recorded in a percentage. What percentage of people are having the specific indicator value. And as for data cleaning, we observed that null values majorly exist in the quantile column. So we decided to get rid of the quantile column and the CI info, focusing on the value only. Because we're not really predicting anything, we look at it. It doesn't seem to be that useful to the analysis. And we choose not to fill in the existing null values because we'll only be using group by functions analyzing the mean value across the subgroups. Well, alternatively, we could try to fill in the NAs as the mean of the subgroup values. As we finished processing data, the team plotted a series of graphs trying to find any hidden patterns within the dataset. Well, here are some interesting findings after the cleaning. After analyzing the 3 datasets separately, the team compiled the results and observed the trends through a series of visualization tasks. Well, we used a set of different methods to clean the data before delving into analytics. We used heat map, box plot, line plot, moving averages, well, as we show right here, bar plot, and ranking by values. The main task for visualizing is to give enough information before citing contributing factors to the mental health of the general public. So as we can see right here, we can see the mental health value has a particular pattern that follows and what I plotted is a central moving average. It's following a trend. So we want to discuss what is affecting the trend. And here is a quick view of anxiety level by subgroups. And we'll talk more in the report on how we analyze each different data set, but this is just to show how values has changed by the group. For hypothesis testing, we do have a correlation map. We want to see which group has a more tendency correlation. So we define 2 groups that point of interest, uninsured group and anxiety. And after normalization, we perform a t-test, and here are the results. As you can see, we have a p-value of 0.76%, which is less than 5%. We do reject the hypothesis, and which concludes that they do not have the same tendency. Another hypothesis test we did was to analyze the relationship between age and anxiety ratio. We first normalized the age and anxiety ratio, and from the results, we discovered that for a p-value of 0.76,
It is inconclusive. We do not reject null hypothesis. The age would have a significant impact on the anxiety ratio. So what we learned from it, first thing first, from the analysis that we discovered, the mental treatment has significantly improved the anxiety of general public. So the more healthcare you went to, the more counseling you went to, it does improve your anxiety level a little bit. Second of all, we did realize that for younger people, tends to be more anxious than older people. That might be because of the age difference, it might be because of older people don't respond. But this is something we want to address. We want to care for the younger people. Thank you very much for listening. If you have any questions, please let us know.